Let's switch gears a little bit to MMA and boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, they've been in the news. They're always in the news. Are you surprised that the media is paying this much attention to a potential boxing match between the two?
Oh yeah, it totally caught me off guard. It surprised me. You know, when you're talking $100 million for Conor McGregor, that it probably speaks as well as Floyd when it comes to promoting themselves. It brought a lot of attention to the game, right? So guys have been asking, being that I'm in both the mixed martial arts and boxing, what I thought of the idea. You know, and my idea that if they were to go, and I've always said it all along, mixed martial artist doesn't have a chance against the boxer if the mixed martial artist comes into the boxing ring to box only, because there's two different things. That's like you playing softball and coming into my game, now I'm playing baseball. You know, it's two different levels of competition. Conor McGregor's a knockout artist. In boxing, you get dropped, you get an 8 count. In the mixed martial arts, you drop somebody, you pound on them. You know, so those strategies will definitely be in effect, but I see Floyd just taking him to school.
In a pure boxing match.
Yeah, in a pure boxing match, and the promotion would be, the hype would be bigger than the fight, no doubt about it. You know, and but the hype will be great.
Are you surprised by what Conor's been able to do? 2 belts at the same time, and just being able to do to Eddie what no one else has done?
You know, yeah, I was surprised actually, because I've worked with Eddie. You know, I've worked with Conor. As a matter of fact, the first time I worked with Conor was in Stockholm, Sweden, and when he won his first fight. And I said, man, you fight like a Mexican. You know, you're the Irish or the Mexicans of the European side of the water. You know, and but he's a tremendous fighter, and the way he dismantled Eddie Alvarez, just to me, it just gave me a whole new idea of him. Got a total respect for him as a fighter.
Why do you think MMA has been able to propel over boxing? I know Kathy Duva even said today that make sure you go out and tell your friends to watch Kovalev versus Ward, you know, to combat MMA, which I think was a bad metaphor of comparing a reason to watch a good fight. You watch a good fight because it's a good fight. But it's clear that boxing, other than their household pay-per-view names, are not doing well.
Yeah, marketing 101. You know, it's marketing 101 is really the whole start to it, and credit to the UFC for doing a tremendous job on what they've done, but also the competition. You know, they're right off the bat, they're putting the best with the best. You know, and it's not here where, you know, you get to choose and pick whoever you want to fight in boxing. So it's a combination of good competitive fights, and it could be the beginning of the fight, or it could be the last fight on the card. They're all good fights, and that's something that boxing needs to improve on. And match the best with the best.
Big question: will we see Stich back in the UFC at sometime in the future?
Well, you know, that depends on that, and it's funny that you asked that, David, because now that this new company bought the UFC, people have asked, you know, because right now on a marketing aspect, it would be a good idea because they're getting so much heat. We're laying all these people off, and really just kind of, they're not going the direction that they were going before. So they need a little boost of positive energy, right? Well, what would be better than to bring Stich back, right? So that's a question that people have been asking me, and you know, the question that I guess you asked me is, would I be interested? And you know, I'm always available to listen to anybody's proposals. But if I did go back to the UFC, it'd have to be under totally different rules and you know, and a different program.